Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast. Another awesome guest for you in the middle of December. Yes, it's nearly Christmas, but we're not here to talk about Christmas. We're here to talk about ghostly stuff. And what a great lady we have on the show today. We have Michele from Michelle's Spooky Stories.
Hello.
Whoop, whoop. Hello,
Thank you
Michele.
for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, it's
possibly terrified. Who knows?
It's what?
Possibly terrified. Who knows?
Don't bite your nails. It's not good for them.
They're fake. They taste like plastic anyway. It'd be horrible.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You could just replace them. Don't worry.
Yeah, good, yeah.
Yeah. So, how have you been? Hope you're well.
Yeah, not bad.
Life is good.
Yeah, life's going all right. Yeah, I've been very tired because December, I'm doing that whole thing where I'm trying to get as many things done before so I can have a nice rest over Christmas. So I've been blowing the candle at both ends is what they say. Yeah, not blowing the candle.
Yeah, just go out.
Yeah, just go, give up.
That's all good.
Yeah, but no, it's all good.
So we have Tom. Hello, Tom. Hope you're well, mate. Tracy. Good morning, Mickey. Good morning, Michele. Lovely to meet you. Tracy's in Australia.
Oh, fabulous.
And yes, she is ready to go. Jolly Roger. That's a cool name. I like that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the picture. What's that, a temple or something? Buddhist temple?
It looks like someone with their hands on their knees.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Let us know, Roger. What's your picture of? Also, with this new thing that StreamYard are doing, you can have it portrait mode or like horizontal mode on the podcast. It's very strange. I tried it first time last week, and it seemed to work very well with the phone, the portrait mode. So let us know what mode you're watching on, because I just want to see if it's worth carrying on with it or not. So
I imagine, that's probably better on your phone, isn't it? Because usually on your mobile, you have to then turn it sideways to watch anything decent on YouTube.
Yeah, I've got a preview on my screen. It's like that big, and the screen is just cut in half, and there's me and you. So if I move slightly, I'm not even in it. So it's very strange. But if people like it, then we'll obviously carry on with it.
Yeah.
So good. Just random. It's C&D. Oh, okay. Hello. C&D, you're hiding. Great to join us again. So, Michele, if we could go back and just let us know, for the people that maybe don't know who you are, could you just give us a little run through of what you do, and that would be awesome.
Yeah. So, my name's Shell, or Michele, whichever one. Shell, my family always used to call me Shell. They used to say I'm more of a Shell than a Michele. So whenever it's that typical thing of getting called Michele and you know you're in trouble.
Full name.
But yeah, like so I have a podcast called Michelle's Spooky Stories. We are a year and a month old. I literally started on Halloween last year.
Oh, cool.
So that was very exciting. We seem to be doing pretty well. It's definitely going up rather than, crashing down, which is always good.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that. We started off telling a mixture of like stories that I wrote and stories that about legends and ghost stories that people would know about, like the Black-Eyed Children, things like that. So we started doing it that, and then I started interviewing people. And now I basically interview people because how I've developed myself and what I think is important is now that we kind of tell stories in what I always say is like every haunting has a heartbeat. So that's whether the person telling the story or whether it's about the spirit itself that we're actually discussing. And I find a lot can come from ghost stories or people's personal experiences. And it's not always like what you think. It's not always like, oh God, that's terrifying. sometimes it's, we've discussed things like mental health, we've discussed people passing and the effects of people passing. So it kind of takes a little bit of a different stance on it. But I just hope it helps people, really. That's the kind of main thing behind it, is that people get to tell their stories. That story hopefully impacts somebody, helps somebody. And yeah, so that's the podcast. I've written a book, which was based it's based around my sort of interactions with spirit growing up and my family and our sort of Celtic background.
Yeah.
But it's based in like 1970s in the Scottish Highlands. So it's got a bit of a twist to it. It's not my full biography or anything. It's kind of based around certain things, but indulged quite a bit. So yeah, and I'm a developing medium and a paranormal investigator and a witch.
All roll into one.
Yeah, they kind of come hand in hand, I think.
I bet you're busy the weekend.
Yeah, definitely busy at Halloween, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. So before we start, what did you do on Halloween? Anything exciting?
I didn't actually. Do you know what? I had a takeaway.
Why
watched a film, and that was it. I think I was all Halloweened out by then, because I'd done so many things for the podcast episode for the Halloween specials and stuff that I was just like, no, I'm having a break. I'm just going to enjoy the day.
That's the thing, though. You get so prepared, and you film in advance to get all these shows out, investigations out for Halloween, and I hardly ever do anything on Halloween.
No, I don't.
Absolutely nothing. I just sit and watch films, like say horror films, have some food. It's just a normal day because you've worked so hard the few months before that.
Yeah.
Just to get everything ready.
Yeah, I would like to do something next year.
Yeah,
have a breather. I'd like to do something special for the local community, do something a bit spooky, hold a investigation or a seance or something really weird.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Or ghost walk.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I love a ghost walk. I went to Whitby recently and went on the ghost walk there. It was amazing.
Oh, but that's good.
Yeah, he's so good, the guy that does it. He was just so knowledgeable, but also funny, but in a dry sense of humour, cringy type of funny.
Where'd you go on that? Which parts of Whitby?
You start at the Royal. I think he does two different ones.
Okay.
But the one we went on, you started at the Royal Hotel, which was quite handy because we were staying there. So we literally just hopped the road, and then he took us down, sort of to Dracula's Bench, and then you kind of went down to the Dutch House. I don't know if you know about the Dutch House.
No.
It's a beautiful building, but basically the guy had spent so much money on this building because he thought that all the houses around there could possibly be in that same style. So he lost a load of money, and then he ended up jumping out of the window. Nice. And then there was a girl further down in the house that I think she got trapped in the house when it was on fire or something. So you apparently see her ghost running up the street in flames.
Wow.
And people smell like burning and stuff. I walked up and down there a few times while I was staying there and didn't really smell anything. I was a bit I was like, come on. Nothing happened. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
And then we kind of walk around a bit, go up to near where the museum is, and they talk about the Hand of Glory. They talk about how a Hand of Glory was found in one of the pubs down there. They won't tell you which pub because there's two pubs. So you have to go and find out yourself, apparently. And then we kind of went round, and there was a story about cats or something. You don't see any cats in Whitby. It was really he called them mongooses or something really random. And as we were walking, I was like, there's literally a cat. There's a cat at the window. There's a cat. I was like, what are you talking about?
He lied.
Yeah, I was like, there's literally a cat. He's like, there's not a cat, it's a mongoose. So I was like, that's definitely a cat. But that was quite entertaining. And we kind of walk around, do a loop, and then come back past the old cinema they've got there, and then ruins of a house, and where Bram Stoker wrote Dracula. He shows you that hotel.
Cool.
Which is round the corner from the Royal Crescent, Royal Hotel, but it's in the Royal Crescent. That's what they called it. Yeah, so it was quite entertaining. It lasts about an hour. You walk pretty far in that hour.
Yeah.
I was knackered by the end of it.
You don't
I
go
was
to
like, I just need to sit down.
You don't go to the Abbey then?
No, I did go to the Abbey and walked around the graveyard.
Yeah. That looks cool up there.
It's amazing. Like the graves, because of the sea air and stuff, they literally look like honeycomb. So like when you start to put the honeycomb in and it does that bubbly thing, because they're all made of sandstone, so it literally goes away and looks like
all the salt
that.
from the sea and the wind. Yeah,
but it's
rain.
really interesting. It was a bit sad though, because of obviously what happened to that couple just before we kind of went.
Oh yes,
So that was all kind of there, but that was a bit sad, as it would be. But the rest of it is so interesting. Just the history behind it. The history behind the whole place is amazing, really.
Yeah, it's an awesome place. I want to go back, but it's like a 4-hour drive for me, so it's not the closest, really.
Yeah, we took a 2-hour. Well, I took a 2-hour train. My friend was coming from Norwich, so that took her to get to York, like 4 hours, I think, and then we spent 2 hours on a bus from York to Whitby.
Yeah,
which was quite nice because it went round all the, places that you could have a look and be like, oh, this is a nice place.
yeah, some nice places up that way.
Definitely, very nice, very nice. Highly recommended.
Yes. Evening, Nando. Hope you're good.
Love that picture.
Santa on the toilet, yeah.
Yeah. Very
Just
good.
Nando for that. Tim, hi, Mickey, Michelle, and Tracy.
Hello.
So let's go back to the beginning. What sparked your interest in the paranormal in the first place?
So when I was a kid, probably really, really young, I would imagine this was around the time that I just started speaking. I used to refer to a spirit called Peter, and I would not shut up about this person for like ever. I made my mum like set plates for him. I spoke about him so much at school that when you have parents' evening at school, they came to a parents' evening. My teacher was like, "Oh yeah, she's told us all about Peter," and my mum kind of rolled her eyes, and the teacher was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, is it a child from like a previous marriage? She thought she'd stepped on some dodgy ground." And my mum was like, "No, it's Michelle's imaginary friend," and I spoke about him so much that but after a while, it kind of just disappeared. I didn't really mention him anymore. But the fascinating thing is that my niece, in the same house, she was probably about 3. She was playing in the corner and she giggled and then she went, "Oh, Peter." And we all like looked at each other and I was like, "I told you I wasn't making him up. He's a real person." So that was my kind of first inkling with spirit. And I've kind of always had them there. I always knew they were there. But I've tried very hard to sort of shut them off as I was growing up. I was sent to boarding school at 11, and the boarding school was an old World War II hospital. So you can imagine, as someone super sensitive to spirits, that was not a place that you wanted to be.
No.
We had the old Nissen hut still. So our sick bay was actually an old Nissen hut, and it still had those horrible iron beds. So I only ever went there once and stayed the night once, did not sleep the whole night, and I refused to go back. If I was ill, I'd refuse. I was like, no, I would rather just go home than go in there ever again. It was quite an intense place to be.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I'd used to go to a lot of National Trust houses when I was younger as well. My parents always used to take us there, and I always was kind of found wandering off talking to something that nobody else could see. I used to make up stories as well. Well, they thought they were stories. Like on the way home, I'd be like, "Well, there was a little girl that used to live there and she used to do this, this and this." And my parents were like, "Her imagination is like wild." And they were like, "You just need to write stories when you're older because your imagination is crazy." And I was like, "What imagination? Like, how did no one else see her?" I just didn't understand. Yeah, I was like, "You're the crazy ones." So I think at high school, I kind of learnt to switch it off so that I was able to kind of function like a normal teenager. I don't know whether that I'd actually managed to pull that off. But I tried my hardest. In my 20s, like, I didn't really kind of do anything. I went to mediumship things where, you know, they do live, I don't know what to call them, demonstrations, where they
Yeah.
go on stage and they obviously pick people in the audience.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
shows. Yeah.
we used to go on those. Me and my mum and my best friend, we used to go to those quite a bit. And we obviously used to watch Most Haunted and try and scare ourselves. That was probably the most I did with spirits
Yeah.
until about a year ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so a year ago I turned 40, and I just basically moved here, and I was like, how do I meet people that have a similar interest to me? Like, my interests are quite, you know, unique. And I just happened to see on Facebook that there was a paranormal investigation going on at the local antique shop. And I was like, well, I'll go along and just kind of feel it out. At this point, I was still very scared of spirit. And I went and ended up like loving it in the basement, you know, in the dark, enjoying life. And they asked me to be on their team, and that's kind of how I got into it, really. And ever since then, I've spent my weekends in dark, cold places looking for spirits.
No, well, I can't imagine a better way to spend the evening. To be
exactly, yeah. Yeah. It's very cold at the moment, though.
Yeah, that's the good bit.
But,
Ask them to warm up.
Yeah. I don't mind being cold, to be honest. I hate being hot.
Yeah. So how do you feel about public events as a whole? Do you still go on them a lot, or does your team host them?
I haven't been on any. We've done a couple where, because we do it for charity when we do it. So it's always at the same place, like the antique place. And we do it for like the MS Society or the lifeboat. I can't remember what they're called, the RNLI.
The RNLI,
yeah, we do it for them. So we just get some like local people. It's not a very big place, so you can't have that many people. So we just get like maybe like 10 people and then do it. And it always seems quite, you know, quite nice. I'm always like, don't really want to like talk because I'm very like reserved in person. I like to suss people out before I talk, but obviously in that environment, you can't really just be like, here's a K2, just go stand over there and see what happens. You have to kind of explain a bit of what's going on. But yeah, I've always found them all right. I haven't been to any other ones, so I can't really comment on that.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind going just to see, because I'm quite nosy, but I just like...
spy on the other teams, see how they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we've collaborated with a few teams, like big venues, because they're obviously expensive. So you have to get a whole bunch of you to be able to make it viable for people. And that's always been quite fun.
Yeah, I find that obviously when you go in public events, sometimes it's the only way you can actually, like you say, the only way you can actually go to a venue because of the sheer expense of it. You're
so
paying
expensive.
thousands that you have to go on a public event, and there's lots of people there, and it's sort of, you know, your evidence isn't credible because there's too many people talking, there's people laughing in another group, you can hear them shutting doors.
Yeah.
And it's just, but at least I've been there, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I find on public events. I mean, what I like more about public events is actually just meeting people on there.
Yeah.
And networking, getting to know people, maybe meeting people I've only known online, you know.
Yeah, that's the good bit about it.
For me, I don't go there thinking, I'm going to capture some evidence, because you're not really, I don't think.
No,
personally.
No, we had that recently. We did Jedburgh Castle, and there was so many of us that I could just like hear everything. And I was like, I can't focus on anything or do anything because all I can hear is people. I was like, I couldn't hear the dead if they even tried to speak to me. They could shout at me and I wouldn't be able to hear them. I was like, I'm just going to enjoy the fact that I'm here and it's a nice old castle and just have a look at the displays that they've got and talk to people.
How did you find it? I've always wanted to go there. I've heard it's very, very active.
It has got a vibe, definitely. I mean, when I first went in the woman who was there, she kind of took us around and showed us the male cells, which is
Yeah.
meant to be like the worst ones. And they are really old cells. I mean, like proper iron doors, walls, really old floor, and everything.
Mm.
And we walked up the staircases. I was more worried about like dying from going up the staircases because they were so old. I was like, if these fall through, I'm gone. I will now be a ghost in this place.
Yeah.
We walked upstairs and there's a certain cell there. I think it's like cell 18 or something. It might not be that number, but that just rings a bell. And we kind of went down there and I was like, yeah, there's a really like heavy vibe going on here. And just as we were leaving, there was only her, me, and this other girl. And I turned, and in the corner of my eye, I saw a man outside the cell. And he was like looking at us. And I was like, oh my God. You just know that pit in your stomach where you're just like, that is a bad dude and you need to get away from him. I was like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And the worst bit about it is that we always do a poll in our paranormal group for who we basically take a vote as to who's going to spend alone time.
Yeah.
And lucky me had got let's spend alone time in cell 18. But because there was so much noise going around, I couldn't actually get to do the lone vigil, which I was quite pleased about. However, I did go sit in there with somebody else in the dark for a while, and you could literally feel like somebody was surrounding you and like it was really heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really interesting because that was, they had their Halloween decorations and they had this one thing that was like a, you know, Frankenstein when he's got all the machines going off and making the monster type thing. It was a bit of a display like that, and it was motion censored. And we'd all been like right down this end, and we heard it go off, and I was like, well, that's motion censored. How's it going off? So we were switched all off and was like switched it back on again, you know, the IT trick.
Yeah.
And then we started testing it, and we'd walk away and it hadn't gone off for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it started going off again. And we're like, why is it doing this? It was just really odd. We couldn't figure it out. But that's probably the only really crazy thing that happened there. I think if there were a smaller amount of us, it would have been very different vibe. But because there were so many,
it sort of spoils it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I just ended up having a bag of crisps and having a hot chocolate, and that was me for the night.
That'll do.
I was like, I've seen, I walked around the graveyard. It was lovely. Tick.
So are you scared of the dark at all?
I used to be. Probably until I was about 35. I used to sleep with the duvet over my head and like proper white knuckling it all the time.
Oh, wow.
And my husband's was in the military. He retired last year. But when he used to go away, I used to sleep with the light on because I didn't want to be in the dark by myself. But that was because I used to see things that I didn't want to see.
Yeah, I suppose that doesn't help. You know, you're trying to sleep and you've got a couple of people who are looking at you from the end of your bed.
It was like I'd close my eyes to go to sleep and I'd see like a flash of a face, and they were always really menacing and horrible faces, or like it was a scene of something. Like I saw one that reminds me of, it was a tree and there was a KKK scene.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, why am I even seeing that? Like, I'm not even American. I don't have any ties to America. Like, why is that vision in my, being shown it? But through the development I found, I was kind of getting pushed to protect myself because I wasn't protecting myself. So I had to learn. And then once I learned, I obviously am able to sleep a bit better at night. I still get poked and shoved and shouted at sometimes. But now I'm a bit more like, look, I'm human. I need to sleep. Talk to me when I'm meditating. If you've got something to say. Hello, Liam.
Yep.
Mr. New Dawn Paranormal himself.
Yep. Hope you're good, mate. Thanks for joining. We've had a few others join us. We've got Andy.
Oh, hi, Andy.
We've got Ali from Hauntex TV. And Sadie as well. Mark Williams is here. Hope you're good, mate. And SK who is from my neck of the woods. He's away in Egypt. Oh, he's been to Egypt. Sounds good. Nice and
Nice.
warm there.
I bet that's a spooky place in places.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's imagine the history of that place.
Yeah.
All the pharaohs and the gods and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Definitely something that I would like to go and experience. I think, especially doing an investigation in one of the pyramids.
Yeah, I'd be very claustrophobic, I think, in there. Have you seen how narrow they are? Just be like side shuffle.
Yeah, just sit on the floor. You're fine.
Yeah, I probably would. I'd be like, just leave me here. Come back for me when you're finished.
Yeah. So going back to your book, how long has that been out?
So I actually set myself a goal of doing that on my 40th birthday. I was like, I'm going to release it on my 40th birthday, which was the 1st of January last year. No,
Okay.
this year. This year.
This year, yeah.
We haven't got to the next year yet. Yeah, so it was 1st of January this year that I released it. And I think it took me about a month to write it and put it all together.
Yeah.
I
So
was like a mad person.
This is a weird question, but it's how did you go about doing that? Because it's something that I'm sort of interested in like for the future, and I just wondered if did you go through a publisher, through Amazon, or
I did it myself through Amazon.
Okay.
So I basically wrote it all into like a Word document,
Okay.
and then I went on Fiverr and found somebody to like format it for me.
Okay.
My husband did the what do you call it, proofreading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, proofreading of it, because I am not the best at English. I can hardly form sentences sometimes. So he did all of that for me. I used the guy on Fiverr to format it. I used somebody different to do the book cover. And then the person who formatted it was able to actually put it on Amazon for me on Kindle.
Okay.
And he did like all the SEO stuff that I don't really know how to do. I suppose I could if I tried. But yeah, it was a pretty easy thing to do when you've got other people to help you.
That's all right then. Might have to look into that in the future.
Yeah, some good. It wasn't. I think all in all, the pricing of it, I probably spent maybe about £120, and that's like the cover, the formatting, and everything else. So it wasn't too expensive, because I do know how other people do it and how much that costs.
Because I was told before you had to buy a certain amount of books to get the initial stock online or something, but they clearly don't do that.
Yeah,
anymore.
that's. I think that's a different way of doing it. You can do that through publishing. I think there's a hybrid publishing side where you can be like a self-publish, you can be self-published and use a publisher, which is a weird thing, and then you can obviously get published. There's some different ways of doing it, but I think if you go down the published route, I did a journal as well. Thank you, Liam, I forgot about that. I did a journal as well. I forgot what I was saying now. The publishing route, you have to sell a certain amount to actually kind of start getting any money. But if you do it yourself, any book you sell, you obviously earn from. And they take like a little cut from it. I mean, I don't know in thousands, but it's nice to get a little bit every now and again.
To be fair, I imagine seeing people with your book, or just to send you a message, ordered your book, it's really good, or finished your book, for yourself, that must feel like an achievement. It's like, wow, someone's actually took the time to buy that, pick it up, read it.
I mean, I didn't ever do it for the money. It was basically because my mum had passed 4 years ago. My granddad had passed. My nanny she passed in August last year. And I was just thinking, like, because of the podcast and everything that I was doing, I was like, these stories and these people, if nobody talks about them, or there's no like history around them, that's all just going to disappear. Like, I haven't had children myself, so my story could easily disappear. So I was like, how could I do something? Because I'd got a little bit of inheritance from my nanny as well. So I was like, how can I do something with this money that would actually like be something that could carry on?
That's brilliant. I love that.
So I put it into that and thought, I'm telling their kind of story as well in that book.
Yeah.
It's the same with what I did with the journal, actually. We've got Liam's dad in the front of it, because he is what started New Dawn. And if New Dawn didn't exist and I hadn't joined their team because of Liam and his dad, then I wouldn't have done Shell Spooky Stories. I wouldn't have written that book. So it was a nice kind of thanks to Liam and his dad for opening me to this crazy world.
Wow, that's I love that. I love it when stories, little things happen and it just brings everything together.
Yeah.
You know, like
I was definitely meant to be in this moment doing this thing.
Yeah. No,
so
that's good. It's definitely something that I think it's like I say, it's a great legacy that you can leave. You know, anybody. Oh, just read my book. You know, if you want to learn a bit more about me, my family, etc., my stories, then it's just there to read. And I love that. I love books. I buy so many paranormal books.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, I think it's better having a physical book than an online one.
Oh yeah, they smell different as well.
Exactly.
I like the smell
of a new book.
Yeah, I love going to a bookshop and I'm like, those candles that smell like books really just don't do it though. But
no,
you know,
they're sort of there.
yeah. I am actually writing another one at the moment, but I'm only 5 chapters in, and that's totally different.
Okay.
It is paranormal, but it's completely fictional.
Was that sort of from one of your stories from your podcast? Or
no, this came to me in a dream.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've just run with it.
Oh, quite personal then, really.
Yeah. It was a very sort of random dream that I had. It wasn't so much I was dreaming of the book, like the story that's in the book. It was more I had a dream that I was going to write a book about this and that I should do it type thing. So the next day I woke up and I was like, you know, like Murder, She Wrote, typing away on the keyboard. So yeah.
No, that's
good. It'll hopefully be out next year.
I love that. So just staying with your podcast, what is the what's the most interesting guest you've had on, or most interesting story that you've been told?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one.
Sorry, I put you on the spot. I did say that before, didn't I?
No, I don't want to offend anyone because they've all been really good. I'm going to get some messages and be like, why didn't you mention me? I'm like, you're all good, okay?
Every episode.
Every episode I do is brilliant. So I think one that recently that stands out is Chris from True Hauntings on Netflix.
Oh yes, I saw some clips of that. Yeah,
he is such a nice guy, really, really nice guy, and I took a bit of a different spin on the whole thing by talking about like the mental health side of what happened to him.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to hear like the effects that it had on him and his friends, how things personally affected him, what he kind of used to get himself through that. And I said to him, like, I found it so hard the first time I ever did a podcast interview when someone was asking me about like what happened to me as a kid.
Yeah.
And I think probably like 100 people maximum watched that. I can't imagine that being in front of 9 million people all over the world.
Yeah.
And everyone knowing something so intimate about me.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting to talk to him about that. So he was amazing. Highly recommend anyone talking to him because he's just fabulous. The best story, might have to think about this because everyone's had really good stories. I'll tell you one that I've really enjoyed recently is Abby from Haunted Devon. She was telling me about the hairy hands in Devon.
Okay.
Which I was like, why just hands though? Like, what? I don't understand the logic behind. I know a lot about spirit, but I don't understand the logic behind someone who. I mean, the story with him is that he actually had his hands blown off, So
Okay.
why hairy hands? Like, if he had his hands blown off, surely there wouldn't be any hands to actually haunt the location.
It
But
wasn't just the hands walking around like thing, no?
no, it's apparently like it grabs like steering wheels or like grabs a motorbike and
Oh,
will
okay.
try and like knock you off and kill
Wow.
you and stuff. But yeah,
Not
that was an odd one. I get
friendly
told
then.
some really wild things. But yeah, it was just hard to imagine just hands. Like,
Yeah. I suppose that's the only thing that people saw then, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then also in the story, like, it seemed that everyone had died as a result of it. So how did people know that they were hairy hands
That
if,
they saw the hands, yeah.
yeah, if no one was there? Like, they didn't stop, send a text message, especially in the like 1960s, and go like, just saw some hairy hands, about to die, love you,
So,
bye.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, bit weird, but I love things like that because they get you thinking. Like, I like the psychology behind things.
They're the stories that keep going though for generations.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And then who actually lives to tell these things?
Yes, exactly.
Because if the legend's that you die, then it's like that whole 7 days later thing, isn't it? Like, how do you know it's 7 days if everyone dies?
Exactly.
Bizarre.
Someone must survive to be able to tell the
Yeah,
story.
exactly. Which then makes the story full.
It does.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, they're the two that kind of stand out at the moment. They're like fresh in my brain
Yeah,
now. I probably heard like a million more stories that are amazing.
So obviously you started your podcast, I believe, just with your stories. Is that right?
Yeah,
Then you went to interviewing guests,
yeah.
etc. Where do you see it going forward? Is there going to be another change, or just see how the genre changes, maybe?
I think I'm going to go with this for a while
Yeah.
because it really piques my interest. I love ghost stories. I love people. I love hearing people's personal accounts and stuff. But I also really love that I can record them and then that lives on. You know,
Yes.
when that person's gone, when I'm gone, they might still be on YouTube. People then, you know, somehow find it in the algorithm in 100 years' time, if that's even a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They might just think about it and then it appear in front of them by then. But, you know, it will be there. The stories can then live on. So that's the bit that I really like about this whole thing. That, you know, when we're gone, we're not really gone. We can still stay around. That's what really gets me. So I think that's, I mean, ideally, I would love somebody to go like, Michelle, here's a TV show. Go to all these places, you know, interview these people, find out about these people, tell their stories. I would love that. But that might be like a 10-year plan.
Okay, here's a scenario for you. You can
Yep.
either go on TV as a paranormal investigator doing the shows, etc., or you could have like a chat show on TV, sort of linked with your podcast, interviewing paranormal people. What would you? Which way would you go?
Oh, that's a really tough one because I love old buildings.
Do the interviews in the old buildings? Okay.
Yeah. There would have to be some like, you know, what do they call them? Like riders. I'd have to be like,
Yeah.
has to be in an old building, has to have
Yeah.
old furniture. Creepier paintings, the better.
Yeah.
If it smells of damp, that's brilliant. You know, there'd be certain stipulations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would always come down to the people. Like, I'm more interested in the people and their stories.
Yeah. The living people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've got the stories about the dead people
That is true.
and how it affects them. So it's a kind of sweet spot where you get two for the price of one.
So you're going down the chat show route.
Yeah, but it has to be in an old creepy building. If it was in a cemetery, even better. Just the weirder, the better, to be honest.
Yeah, the most unique locations
Yeah,
that
I'd
you
do it
wouldn't
in a
normally.
morgue. Yeah,
Yeah,
bother me.
yeah. Sit on a slab, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, if you could see like the rest of this office, you'd understand why. There's some weird stuff in here.
That's awesome. The fact that you chose the chat show route is, I think, a better option in my eyes, because if you go down the investigation route, you're gonna have to be faking stuff. You're gonna have to be,
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that.
So I think you can be authentic. You can be yourself, your own person, and people could really see your personality
Yeah, yeah,
doing the chat show. I think so.
yeah. I think if somebody's told me to fake something, I'd just stick my fingers up and tell them to F off.
No, yeah, it's not good. But
No.
that's unfortunately they need stuff
They
happening all the
need the
time. So
they need the clicks, don't they? Make the money.
exactly, yeah. Well, so what's been your favourite location you've investigated so far?
My favourite one is definitely 100% Sunderland Air Museum.
I've heard of that place.
It is insane. We were there last weekend and it was the craziest investigation I've ever been on, but the craziest that ever happened there. It was insane. Absolutely brilliant place. I highly recommend to. Not only is it an amazing place, but it's different every time. You get aspects of the same thing. I'm convinced there's a portal or something there, but it's always different. Like one area, one week could be really active. The next, it could be somewhere else. There's never the same. It's always different.
Yeah.
And the people that are there, like Keith and David, they're just amazing. They're so knowledgeable, but they also get involved as well, which makes it even better. So they come around with us and tell us things. Like if we pick up on something, they can then confirm whether that's happened. But people get activity there during the day. You get visitors during the day going like, there was a man in uniform letting me on the plane, and they're like, there's no one dressed up in uniform here.
Oh wow.
It's an insane place, but the history there is amazing as well, and the story of the spirits there are just incredible.
So I've not been there, but I've heard many people tell me it's a very active location.
Yeah, it's definitely
one I
worth visiting.
Have to get to at some point.
You have to come join us. Would happily have you.
Yeah, why not? Have a day trip out.
Liam, sort it out if you're still watching.
Yeah, book me a ticket.
Yeah. It's honestly an amazing place.
Yeah. Incredible. I love places like that. You got the history. You got some places just look right, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's just like everything just fits together, and it's like, wow, this place is one of the best.
Yeah. And that place is so cold. Like, I don't know how. It is seriously the coldest place on earth. It's like an icicle. I reckon the North Pole isn't that cold. It's that cold.
Take your hat with you.
Yeah, hat, coat. I mean, Sarah, she had a bloody hot water bottle with her under her thingy on the weekend. Yeah,
it's a good idea. That I've never done that.
I was like, it's a bit extreme, but at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was like, "Can I have your hot water bottle?"
Can I borrow it?
Yeah, that's a very good thinking, strategic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the best.
So I've been watching some other bits that you've done. And you mentioned that you went to the Old Nick Theatre in Gainsborough. I've actually been there myself. Very good location. I just wondered what you thought of it, how your night went there.
That was it's a really nice place. I liked it there. It was. I love old places like that. The older, the better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weird thing was that I got to the hotel. We drove up there, and it was probably 2.5, maybe 3 hour drive. Can't remember exactly. I don't do the driving. I just sit and, lady of luxury and all that. But on the way there, I kept seeing this man, and I was like, oh, God, right, okay. So when I got to the hotel, I sat and drew the man. Yeah. And I'd also written down that Liam was going to have hands around his throat. Okay. These are nice little things that I get before we go on investigations, and I'm like, right,
cheer you up a bit,
yeah, looking forward to tonight. So when we were in the main theatre, I kept seeing this man in the corner, and there's the door there, and then there's the seats, but that wall is a bit like a cinema wall that's really high up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that man's just staring. And Liam was sat the other side of this wall. And I was like, right, so what's happening here? And I was kind of like focusing on it. Everyone else was like cracking on with the investigation, and someone had been taking pictures of that area. And when we looked back, you could see this hand going over and towards Liam. Like it's an actual hand just coming in the picture, like towards him. And where that hand comes from is probably about like 5, maybe 6 feet up. So
oh wow, so it's
no
coming from above.
Yeah, it was kind of like right above that wall, like coming in. And then later on in a cell, he actually got choked, so had to leave. So that was interesting. I was still looking for this man, hadn't seen him the whole night that I'd drawn. And just at the end of the night, we went into the little bit where the constable, or the whatever you'd call him, would his like his living office. Room area was.
Room, yeah.
And we were like looking around, and I was looking for all these old prisoner pictures, thinking obviously I'd drawn a prisoner. And Sarah went, Michelle, come here. So I went through, and she'd actually showed me on the mantelpiece the sergeant or constable in his uniform.
Okay.
And it was exactly him, with the comb over, the moustache, the eyes, the uniform. Wow. And I was like, okay, that's pretty spot on. So that was a bit weird. But yeah, the whole night it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I crossed the spirit over there, which you're not meant to apparently do there.
Don't do that. There'd be no one to talk to.
Well, she was lost. There were plenty of people to still talk to, but she needed help. She told us her story, and her story was completely... She was basically framed and accused for something that wasn't her fault, and she was obviously sentenced for it. So we ended up her like expressing her true story. And then I reunited her with her family, and she went on her merry way. But while I was doing it, I had my eyes closed, and the torch was going in and out. And then the minute I crossed her over, the torch just came on and stayed on.
Oh wow!
So it was it was a really nice feeling. Everyone felt really nice afterwards.
Positive atmosphere. SK says, Michelle, how long were you in there?
In the Old Nick.
I presume so.
Yeah. We were there for a good few hours, maybe like 5 hours, something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, when I went there, I've only been there once. We had quite a lot of activity in the male cells downstairs.
Yeah.
And also in the theatre. Not in my group, but the group just before that was in there, they had one of the seats come down.
Oh, right, yeah. It came down they're like cinema seats, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. It came down, stayed there for a little bit, and then slowly went back up like that.
Weird.
And then when we were the next group in, we went in there, and they're quite stiff to pull down, some of the seats, and they're quite very old. And it's like, there's no way, you know. I had like a locked off camera there, just sitting there on there for the hour and a half, 2 hours that we were in the theatre.
Yeah.
It didn't do nothing though, obviously, because cameras on it. But
I felt more weird in the female cells than I did the male cells when I was there.
Were they the ones round the back downstairs?
Yeah.
With the two lady mannequins. Like dressed as like prostitutes or whatever they were, on the prison, on the beds. Yeah.
I felt weirder in there than because the two cells on the male side both had hangings in, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So I felt all right in them. I worked out how they managed to do it through our investigation, which is quite horrible.
But how they hung themselves?
Yeah, that's kind of the things that you get sort of informed of on these things, which isn't nice, but it's obviously it is what it is. That was quite interesting. But I think the male one, I didn't feel like threatened or anything while I was in there.
No.
I felt sad more than anything, which is interesting.
Even horrible people they have feelings, so at some point they're going to feel down, they're going to feel scared.
Yeah.
And I suppose from time to time we do pick up on
Yeah.
their emotions.
I think that's what a lot of people should remember sometimes in the paranormal field, is that they were people once.
Yeah, don't shout at them, abuse them.
Yeah. I mean, I shouted at one Saturday, but that's because he'd entered someone's body uninvited.
Okay, tell us about that. Come on,
Yeah.
You can't say that now and not elaborate on it.
No, we were on. They have a big bus that's from like Blackpool, and we'd been on there for a little while. Loads of things had been happening during the night on there, and the boys had all gone up one end, and we were kind of at the other end. And
Right.
Keith, who runs the place, was taking pictures, and he just happened to flash it onto Mike's face. And I went, "What is wrong with Mike?" Because he didn't look like Mike.
Yeah.
So obviously we then started like asking him to like go, Mike, because he was ignoring us. So I said, "Get him off the bus," like immediately. We were started walking him to get him out of the building because we were right at the far end, and he stopped at the last tram. It kind of went like a proper dead weight.
Yeah.
We've got this on film if anyone wants to go check it out on New Dawn Paranormal's TikTok.
Oh wow.
But we kind of go, Mike, but he wasn't like registering. And then he kind of went, "Who's Mike?" And it wasn't Mike. Like, you can tell your mate, can't you, when in these situations. And I was like, oh, here we bloody go. So Liam was kind of like holding him up or making sure he like didn't collapse or anything.
Yeah.
And I was kind of stood to one side, and our poor friend Liam from the Spooky Shed, first paranormal investigation, and this craziness happens. He's got his body cam on, filming it all, just stood there thinking, are they joking, or like, is this serious? I don't really know what to do. So I started doing the whole, like, you don't have permission to be in his body, get out of his body. Mike, think of your dad, bring your dad forward. Trying to bring him round. And then Liam said something like, do I know who you are? And Mike gave him like a shh, which is so sinister.
Wow.
And then Liam was like nervous, laughed, because he was like, I don't really know what to do. And then Mike turned around to me and looked at me in such a dirty, horrible, sinister way, which is awful when that's your mate. And I just went, don't you look at me like that. And then he started like just acting a bit weird, and I was like, look, just drag his ass out of here, because we're not going to get anywhere. Just, he needs to be away from this place. So as soon as we got him out, he then I think he then went to like be sick. He started like coughing and stuff. So then we put him through into the break room, which was completely out of the way of everything. I put salt round him, I put sage round him, I put dragon's blood round him. I even used pine tar water banishing spray. So I literally threw everything I had at him. Got him a hot chocolate. I had to put my coat on him because he was violently shaking for like 20 minutes. And then eventually he kind of started to get back to normal, and had no recollection of what had happened. We had to show him the video, and you could see his face like, what the hell? That is not me.
Wow.
It was just weird. But yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I take it he's not prone to doing that all the time.
No, he has done it before, but not like that. That, not to that extreme. He's collapsed before. But never acted like that. His eyes were black. They were.
Wow.
It was, you could tell that wasn't your mate. And your mate, like, I think if that was Mike, he would have pissed himself laughing partway through that if he was taking the piss.
But
he was so level, serious, and there's no way on earth that he would have looked at me like that, because he knows that I would have knocked him into next week. Because I was like, don't you look at me like that, because I knew it wasn't him. But if he'd looked at me like that, I would have given him a slap, that's for sure.
I take it he's not like a medium or anything like that. He's just...
No, he's just very sensitive to things. But he has been having like Reiki recently, so he's opening his channels a little bit more.
Oh, maybe that's why.
So possibly, but yeah, it was interesting.
I think that's good to experience that. Obviously not good for himself, of you guys to see your friend in that sort of distress, but I think I'm not a believer in you have to do your protection before your investigations. We only want love and light. It's like you're cutting off 50% of ghosts and spirits or anything like that. I'm very much an all-in person.
Yeah.
If it's negative, bring it on. If it's evil, bring it on. If it's good, bring it on. So, you know, obviously some people don't like to experience things like your friend did, and would be scared of it. I found that at the beginning of my journey, people were like that. Everything was spiritual, and you had to do your protection spells beforehand and be blessed and all this stuff. And I thought, this is a load of rubbish.
That's I don't go to the extreme of blessings, no.
No.
I do protect myself, but that's only because I have grown up with so much bad stuff around me, and because of like developing as a medium.
Oh yeah, that's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to make sure that I'm okay to kind of make sure everyone else is okay.
But do you force that on people? Do you say you have to be protected? You have to.
I do cleanse them, but I do ask them if they want me to cleanse them before we leave.
Okay.
Everything's about consent, isn't it?
Oh yeah, afterwards. I meant like before.
Yeah.
Really.
Before, no. I mean, Mike did get himself, because they all know that I protect myself. Like I wear jewelry and all that to protect myself. So he'd asked me like what he could do to obviously protect himself, and I said, well, you could get yourself like some black obsidian and wear it like around your neck. So he did get himself a pendulum, no, it's not a pendulum, pendant like thing. So I like sort of Reiki infused it for extra protection for him, and he wears that. But that night he'd forgotten it.
That's why.
Yeah. So, you know, when things happen and like after, you know, if things happen, I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, I did tell you to protect yourself. I'm not going to help you. You have to deal with it on your own. I will help them.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I will be a knob and go, well, I told you to protect yourself. You didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
You know, if a demon crawls up your ass, it's not my fault.
Just go into the corner by yourself.
Just deal with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that something won't happen to me. I'm just human. I could forget to, like, you know, protect myself before I go into an investigation. I could walk into Blimmin' Morrison's and have a spirit come home with me, couldn't I? And if I've not protected myself, they don't just hang around anywhere.
Scary places.
Scary places. They are literally everywhere. So yeah, it's not something I force on people, but if they ask, I'll tell them.
Oh yeah. That's good.
And I'll help them. But everyone loves my dragon's blood spray that I've got anyway, so they always ask me to be sprayed in that because it smells so nice.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even make you buy that.
Yeah, it's lovely. It smells like sort of spices and orange and cinnamon and all that thing. It's like walking into like an old apothecary type thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. Everyone goes mad for it.
And what does that do? Is that supposed to protect you from?
Yeah, it's just like a really good protection.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
It's like a step up from sage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just smells better than sage.
You come home smelling like a food shop.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They're all buying it, actually. They've been on Amazon today, like, getting it.
Getting some more, yeah.
Yeah, there's pictures of everyone getting it in the group chat. So they're obviously listening to me. So
they are. They're learning. Yeah. So obviously you're spiritual, you're a medium. Are you, the way you and your team investigate, is it more gadget based or is it like a back to basics? Is there anybody there? Stay silent type? Or is that somewhere in between? We do a bit of everything.
Yeah, we do a bit of everything. Like I made these, like I got an old like a blank card deck and put some witchy sigils on them and just wrote a load of yes and no's and then put like stop and don't ask and help and some things.
Yeah. Okay.
So we were trying that out this weekend, which was quite interesting. We had quite a few sort of decent responses on there, but we tend to have like a few things set up around. We'll try different things. It's just an experiment really. And then if something's really getting us good, like I use pendulum, I'll use sort of mediumship, I'll use REM pods sometimes, dowsing rods. I've got a pendulum that's actually on a stand. We've used that before while using the actual pendulum
Is
and
that the one
having
with
them
the
separate.
sand, or?
Yeah, it's got like a sort of circle that's a bit like a Ouija board,
Yeah, yeah,
but in a circle form. And then it's got like a wooden stand, and you just hook the pendulum so nobody's touching it.
yeah, yeah.
And then I'll have the pendulum, and we'll separate them and then see whether that one moves. And we've had it move a few times in while mine's been moving. So that's what has been quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely a
Yeah,
mix
I think
of
so.
things. Yeah, yeah, trying everything. I mean,
Mm,
sometimes depends on location as well.
yeah,
To what works best. You can have all the gadgets in the world, and if the spirits don't want to use them, don't want to try and communicate with them, they won't bother. But they
yeah,
might move a table. They
mm,
might, use your pendulum.
yeah,
They might have. They might understand what they are,
hmm,
especially if they're like old spirits.
yeah. I really like the old sort of older Victorian methods,
Yeah,
like scrying mirrors and that
yeah,
kind
they're
of
good.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that stuff. The old ways. I think I
Some.
was just born in a different century, to be honest.
Yeah, you're not really 40. You're 140.
I think I'm like 400, to be honest.
Yeah.
Things I'm interested in are definitely like 400-year-old.
So, guys, any of you in the comments got any questions for Michele? Please put them up, and I'm sure she'll answer them.
Hmm.
Um, so, have you ever investigated graveyards or cemeteries?
No, I've spent a lot of time in those places.
Yeah.
I always navigate to a cemetery wherever I am,
Yeah.
um, just because I find them so peaceful, so interesting, so beautiful. And I've always been that kind of child that, I think it's because when I was younger, we had a boy in my, this is like first school, so we were probably like 5 or 6,
Yeah.
and he was a friend and he passed away. And
Oh.
we always used to go visit his grave and like talk to him and stuff. Weirdly, I left him a Mars bar because he really liked Mars bars. And we went around the corner. We were the only people in the graveyard. And when we came back, that Mars bar had disappeared. And I've never known where that Mars bar went. But I like to think it was with him in spirit. But I've always found them really peaceful. We always used to like get dragged to them when we were kids to like relatives' graves and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've always just been really fascinated by like the tombstones themselves. The artwork that goes in them, the things that people say on them, the pictures that are on them, um, the ages that people passed away and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just all always interested me.
Yeah. There's some of them. I don't like the new ones because obviously I work in a cemetery.
Mm,
The old headstones, grave markings, they're amazing.
yeah,
All
yeah.
the new marble posh ones, they fall apart. They're not very good.
Don't get those people.
No, do not get the long curb sets because they're all attached. They're not a whole
uh,
unit. So any sort of movement, water, weather, couple of
mm,
years, the ends come off. They're very good at all.
no,
Don't
don't get
don't
them.
get them. No, it's
Don't waste your money.
no, you don't. Don't spend six grand on it. No,
Yeah, God, they're
just
so
get a
expensive,
headstone.
aren't they?
Oh no, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the old monuments, especially
Mm,
like the big massive ones, the angels
yeah,
and the old statues and that.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
you can't get them anymore. You're not allowed.
no.
It's really
It's
silly.
like when you look at the kirkyard in Edinburgh,
Yeah,
the
Greyfriars. Yeah,
mausoleums and stuff there is amazing.
they are massive, aren't they?
Yeah. I've not been. I go on their little tour thing online quite a lot just because
Oh,
I like
okay.
looking at it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I do in my evenings, just sit there looking at graveyards.
Why not?
Yeah, well, we've all got hobbies. Um, but there's a lady on Instagram called Gina Black. She's American. She goes around graveyards quite a lot,
Yeah.
and she's actually written a book that goes into like the meanings of graveyards, like why certain trees are planted in graveyards, why certain
Okay.
things that appear on gravestones. So that's really interesting. Just all of it, symbolism, the old, what are they, the ones that look like massive? are they called obelisks or something like
Obelisk.
that?
The thin ones.
Yeah,
The
and they've
tall.
got like urns on the top or angels and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And there's that place in Old Orleans, isn't there? That really old one that's like
I'm not
loads
sure.
of different mausoleums. Not mausoleums. Yeah, it's mausoleums. The tombs where families are buried is called mausoleum, isn't it?
Mausoleums are normally like a brick structure, and they have like
Yeah.
shelves, and they open each square plaque. Coffin just goes in, and then it's boarded
Yeah.
up.
What am I
Uh,
thinking of? Where they're like a
get
family that's
crypts.
crypts. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. And the coffins
Yeah.
are just placed inside a room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's like a whole
it's
bunch of them, and they're all different, and that's where they have like all their witchy things, and the witches go there and do like the candle ceremonies and all the stuff. Love all that.
that'd be cool to go, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd be terrified, I think, there, but that's because I'm 100% convinced that vampires do actually live there.
Highgate Vampire, yeah.
Yeah. They've got a vampire blood bar or something over there. It's like a wine bar, but they call it the vampire blood bar, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you
But
can
they have
get
in
it in like
Romania as
a
well.
blood bank, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they should have one in Whitby.
They do have the Gothic weekend at Halloween, don't
They
they?
do, yeah. I did actually see a bat when I was in Whitby outside our window, and I said, technically, I've seen Dracula. That counts.
Yeah, it does count. Tick the box.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm still not a vampire, but that's a different story for a different day.
I don't think I'd want to be a vampire, to be fair.
Oh, I would. Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. Maybe if you turned me into one when I was 25 and had my 25-year-old body, then yeah. But maybe not my 40-year-old body. Slightly different.
Fair enough. What are your thoughts on haunted objects?
Yeah. I have very mixed feelings about this. I do actually have a doll in the corner.
Okay.
I haven't particularly spent much time working with her. If she is what she says she is, then she's very chilled and she's very welcome here. I am going to work with her over Christmas, just out of my own curiosity. I have lovely Liam did gift me last year for Christmas a haunted doll, which was absolutely horrific, and I refused to take it out of the bubble wrap and refused to take it home. So somebody else has that now.
Oh.
But it was horrible. They actually took it into the hangar at Sunderland Air Museum, recorded it, and you could see steam coming off it. Yeah, it's a horrible thing. It's got a horrible vibe to it. Don't like it.
Sounds cool, to be fair.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, I've been around a lot of
Yeah.
objects, and some of them you do get a vibe, but others, I think. I mean, we've got a bear that Sarah and I picked up. It's actually in her garage because we've hopefully got a project coming up where that's going to be stored. And it's like a Thornton's kind of Christmas bear or something.
Yeah.
But we were in a charity shop and we were just looking at a load of things. And I picked it up and I instantly felt sick. And I was like,
wow.
okay, that's interesting. And I said,
Buy
Sarah,
it.
I was like, just hold this. And she went, oh, my stomach feels really odd. And I hadn't said a word to her. And I was like, interesting. I said, we'll just leave him there. But if he's back, if he's still here the next time, we'll buy him. And sure enough, next time we went in, there he was. So we picked him up. Same thing happened. So now he's in Sarah's garage waiting for his new home. But yeah, most unsuspecting haunted thing ever. But it's made me feel violently sick.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah. So there's I do get a headache when I go in places like that. So I do think objects hold an energy.
Yeah.
Definitely every object holds some kind of energy. As to whether they're actually like a spirit is a different matter. But I do think there are some, yeah. I think a lot of people throw the word about though.
Well, you see the films and the stories, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's, everyone's got a haunted doll off eBay, you know.
Yeah.
So.
that is true, yeah. But yeah, I like them. If a spirit wanted to spend time with me, then fine, as long as they behave themselves.
Yeah, don't interrupt your daily life too much.
Yeah, don't cause any drama, no financial crashes, nothing like that. I'm not
No,
interested.
no fires.
Yeah. As long
No,
as
no,
you just sit there, you're nice and chilled, you like the dogs, you're fine. You can
yeah,
stay.
no scary dreams.
Yeah, yeah. My stepson has actually dreamt about her, and he was like, "I had a
Oh wow.
dream the old doll came in my room last night." And I went, "Oh, she's making her way through the wall." And he was like, "Shut up."
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's been on her travels through the wall, but that's about it, really. She's just
Maybe.
nice and chilled.
No, that's good. That's what you want, I suppose. Um,
Definitely.
so just a couple of questions left.
Mm-hmm.
Bucket list location. You can go there
Ooh.
tomorrow, anywhere in the world. You can investigate for as long as you want. Where are you going?
I would definitely be hitting the asylums in America,
Yeah,
like Trans Allegheny, Penhurst, all of that. I just
yeah,
want to know. I just want to experience it.
yeah.
I
I
think there'd
suppose
be crazy energy.
you'd pick up, like you said, you picked up before. It was an old hospital.
Mm,
You'd be picking up so much from them sort of locations.
yeah. I think the history there, because I think, especially with like what they used to call asylums, I mean, I'd be there now if they were still a thing.
A lot of people would, yeah,
Yeah, because it was, what was it? I watched something not so long ago and it said that they had a ranking system. And basically, if you couldn't write or speak, you would be like put in the lowest of the low ranking.
yeah,
And Stephen Hawkins would have been that person.
yeah.
And he's like the most intelligent person we've ever known. Yeah, they would have just said, like, he can't do anything, just put him in there and like leave him there. So I think it's really interesting.
Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Um, yeah, everybody, people with a slight learning disability,
Mm,
people, women that were pregnant that didn't have a husband, they were in
yeah,
there.
yeah,
You went into asylums for anything.
yeah. If you
It's
disagreed with your husband, they'd put you in there.
yeah, yeah.
It's madness.
It's quite scary, you know.
Yeah,
But
it's just,
yeah,
yeah, it's a different time, but when you think about it as well, it's not actually that long ago, is it?
no, most of
In
them
the,
shot in the 90s in this country.
yeah, grand scheme of things, it's bizarre. But yeah, I find things like that so interesting.
Is it the history or the just the grandeur of the buildings, or
I
is it a
think
bit
it's
of
the
everything?
history. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's more the history of like the people. I think that's what I like about paranormal investigating is giving those people spirits a chance to tell their stories,
yes, yeah.
to hear about things because often what we hear in history isn't right.
No.
It's somebody's perspective of something.
Did you like history at school?
No,
No, nor did
weirdly,
I, but I love it
no.
now.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
love it now. My history teacher was absolutely bloody terrifying. I
Oh,
refused to even learn because I was so scared of
oh
like
wow.
getting anything wrong. I was just sit there and
Yeah.
be like, ugh. But yeah, I tell you what, I did enjoy at school, and that was we, especially when we went to our high school classics lessons where you learn about Greek mythology and stuff. Um,
Okay.
we only had it for a year, but I found that
Yeah.
so interesting, like learning about all the gods and
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason and the Argonauts and all the rest of it, and like learning Latin and stuff. That was really interesting. But then it went away after a year, and I was like, oh, I'm not interested in anything else now. So art, and that was about it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So my final question for
Hmm.
this evening: if you could get rid of one thing in the paranormal, bit like Room 101, whether it's locations, people's attitudes, equipment, what would you get rid of?
I've got to think really carefully about this one.
You don't have to name people if you don't want.
Well, um, hmm, what shall I say? Do I go for a safe option or do I go for like a throw it out there and let everyone else deal with it option? um,
I've had many answers over
I can
the
imagine.
years. Yeah,
It's a pretty tough question, actually. Do you know what I would get rid of? And that's the competitive side to it all.
yeah,
Because surely we're all after the same thing. We're all out there trying to get answers. So I don't really understand why we have to be like the best of the best, or have the best equipment, or, you know, have the best medium, have the best clothes, have the best whatever.
Yeah.
The best numbers on whatever. You know, we're all there trying to put evidence together to prove people that aren't like us that spirits exist. So I think there needs to be a bit more collaboration rather than the competitive side. So I think I'd probably get rid of that.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Although I don't think a lot of people are in it for the passion anymore. I think they see other people doing well.
Yeah.
Famous YouTubers. Oh, they do ghost hunting stuff. Yeah, let's get the views, get the money. Let's fake all this stuff, make us famous. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people do that. That's why they're only in it for a year. You see a lot of groups, a lot of teams, a lot of people. They come in it, they go, "Wow, look at me," and then a year later, like, "Oh, where are they gone?" And
they're not actually
they don't do it
documenting
anymore.
anything.
No, exactly. They're not. So yeah,
I agree.
It's sad.
I was originally going to say douchebags, but
there's loads of them as well.
Yeah.
I won't name.
Just get rid of all the dickheads.
No.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But
I've heard them. I've only been in it for a year, and I've heard and seen all sorts. Scary.
Yes, the stories get around, don't they?
They do, definitely. But yeah, I just think we're all. If you're not in it for the right reasons, then maybe you should find something else that's floats your boat and let us all carry on doing what we're doing for the right reasons, maybe. But who am I to talk?
Yeah, that's the best way. Not all this TV crap. Yeah, but
I do watch some of those just to learn what not to do, and it's entertaining.
I enjoy them, to be fair.
Yeah, I watch a lot of ghost stuff, to be honest.
I watch a lot of TV. I watch all the TV shows, apart from Help My House is Haunted, because I don't like a certain person on there.
Yeah, I don't like certain people on there, but I do find it highly entertaining.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's been hit by a ghost. Wee.
Yeah, got a safety pin in my leg.
Yeah, I do like watching the big YouTubers just for the fact they go to some locations. I don't sit there and think, oh, they're faking that. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, I just like hearing the history and the stories behind it.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting, like, to see what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, what not to do, maybe.
But they get to go.
What works.
Like, although, they do fake a lot of stuff, and they are like in it for maybe the wrong reasons. But because of their stature, they do get to go to some really cool places that we may never ever get to go to. So it's nice to kind of see those places. And often hear from the people that are actually there day to day and stuff, working in the places. You get to hear what they're about.
Yeah, I'd love to work in a haunted location.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Like in a museum or something, or a castle. That'd be well cool.
I'd love to own one, hopefully, one day.
Yeah. That's the dream. Very soon. Next week.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
But yes, Michelle, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. We've had an awesome chat. Hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Thank you.
How can people get in contact with you on your socials?
So I'm pretty much everywhere as Shell's Spooky Stories. Or you can just follow me, Michele Marie Liddle, on Facebook.
There we go, people. You know what to do. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Michelle.
No problem. Thank you.
See you later. So there we go, guys. Wow, what an awesome guest Michelle is. Make sure you go and follow her on all her socials. Go watch the podcast. Go and get her book from Amazon. I'm going to go do that. Hopefully she'll sign it. So, yes, guys. Thank you so much for watching this evening. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what is your favourite bit. Do you know Michelle? Have you worked with her? Have you seen her podcast? Next week we have John and Neil from Paralytic Activities. That is going to be a big hoot, I believe. So them boys are, they're very funny. So make sure you tune in next week, 7:30 on Tuesday. Also, if you'd like to go and subscribe to my cemetery channel, Cemetery Walks with Mickey, go all over the UK, just having a walk round, a tour of cemeteries, nice and chilled, 15-minute maximum. If you enjoy that sort of thing, please go and do that. Means a lot. But yes, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week.